Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in.
Nick Aldis didn't have a very busy night, per his standards on the 6th March episode of SmackDown, but he swooped in during a big segment and set up a massive match with WrestleMania 42. Implications. It was almost immediately following the segment where Nick Aldis had more tensions with Drew McIntyre, telling him that if he didn't want to defend the undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes, then he could forfeit the title. In a somewhat milder segment after that, the newly crowned women's tag team champions, the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, had their big title celebrations. In this segment, they would assert their dominance over the entire division, but that didn't last long as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss came out. And then Kiana James and the U.S. Women's Champion, Julia. Both duos wanted a shot at the women's tag team titles, with Julia, in particular, stating that she wanted to walk into WrestleMania with the tag team titles. This led to a huge argument, and Nick Aldis would come out and say that they don't sort matters with a debate, they sort it out with a match. And he set up a tag team match between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against Julia and Kiana James. If you recall, Kiana James pinned Charlotte Flair to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match. Flair would get a measure of revenge during this match, which didn't directly lead to a WrestleMania spot, but there were certainly indirect implications. This likely means that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will be getting a shot at the women's tag team championships as the division starts to heat up in the final 40-plus days leading up to WrestleMania 42. It remains unclear what the direction will be for the titles will be. The arena lights dimmed, the crowd buzzing with anticipation as WWE SmackDown rolled into another thrilling night of action. But tonight, the atmosphere was electric for a very specific reason. Nick Aldis, the man who has been quietly, but firmly, staking his claim as one of WWE's most calculating and compelling forces, about to shake the foundation of the blue brand in a way that could reverberate all the way to WrestleMania 42. Aldis, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion and a veteran of wrestling around the globe, has always carried himself with the aura of a master tactician. Tonight, however, his presence felt different, more urgent, the fans knew something monumental was coming. The build-up. Over the past several weeks, SmackDown has been embroiled in a tense power struggle, with multiple contenders circling the upper echelon of the roster, with Roman Reigns seemingly untouchable and the Bloodline holding sway over the championship landscape. The opportunity for fresh storylines has been ripe. Aldis, ever the opportunist, has capitalized on the cracks appearing in the dominant faction's armor. It began subtly, Aldis interfering in key matches, disrupting the flow, and planting seeds of doubt in the minds of both champions and challengers alike. The fans caught on quickly how Aldis was positioning himself, not just for a title shot, but for something bigger, control over his own destiny at WrestleMania 42. The SmackDown segment, the segment that set everything in motion, began with Aldis making his way to the ring, microphone in hand, to a mix of cheers and heated boos. He cut a promo that immediately commanded attention. Measured and loaded with implications. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been around this business long enough to know one thing. Timing is everything, Aldis began, pacing slowly. I've watched alliances crumble, champions rise and fall, and opportunists strike when the moment is right. And tonight, the moment is right. He then addressed several of SmackDown's top stars directly, challengers and champions alike. The air was thick with tension, as the audience knew this wasn't mere talk. Aldis, in his characteristic manner, promised a match that would settle questions, test loyalties, and set the stage for the grandest event of them all, WrestleMania. I'm tired of watching people play the game, Aldis continued. I'm tired of waiting for my opportunity. So, I'm putting everyone on notice. This Sunday, at SmackDown, I'm calling it right now. I'm going to face the man who thinks he's untouchable, and I'm going to prove why I belong at the top. The camera panned to the audience, capturing faces lit with excitement and speculation. Whispers and chants filled the arena, as fans began to speculate who Aldis's opponent might be. Could it be Solo Sikoa, the newest enforcer in the Bloodline? Or perhaps a top-tier talent like Drew McIntyre or Shinsuke Nakamura, whose recent feud has dominated headlines? The suspense alone had everyone on the edge of their seats. The match announcement moments later. SmackDown General Manager, appearing via the Tron, officially sanctioned the match. Aldis would face Drew McIntyre in a non-high-stakes encounter that carried clear implications for WrestleMania 42. The stipulation was unique. The winner would secure a spot in a major WrestleMania storyline, potentially a championship opportunity or a main event caliber spot. The arena erupted. Social media exploded. The buzz was immediate. A match between Aldis and McIntyre could very well steal the show and reshape WWE's landscape. The backstage reactions? The reaction was just as explosive. Sources reported that several WWE superstars were taken aback by Aldis's boldness. Among them, Rhea Ripley, currently embroiled in her own ongoing saga with the Judgment Day. reportedly reacted with a mixture of intrigue and apprehension. While Ripley's focus has been elsewhere, insiders suggest she might be monitoring Aldis closely, recognizing the strategic advantage of aligning or confronting the rising threat he represents. Meanwhile, rumors began circulating that the backstage locker room was abuzz with conversations about how this match could change the trajectory of WrestleMania 42. Aldis, known for his psychological tactics, seemed to have already won part of the battle, planting doubt in both his adversaries and potential allies. This was Aldis at his finest, manipulating perception while remaining physically ready to back it up in the ring. Wrestling analysis. What this means for WrestleMania 42 from a storyline perspective? Aldis's match on SmackDown is more than just a high-profile encounter. It is a chess move with multiple layers, legitimizing Aldis as a threat while Aldis has long been respected for his in-ring skill and tactical mind. This match positions him as a credible threat to top-tier talent. A victory, particularly against someone like Drew McIntyre, would immediately elevate him to main event consideration. Creating new storylines. WWE thrives on evolving narratives. By putting Aldis into direct conflict with a top star, SmackDown writers are planting seeds for potential alliances, betrayals, and rivalries that could carry into WrestleMania 42 and beyond, setting the stage for championship contention. While Aldis is not currently holding a championship, this match could be the stepping stone toward a title opportunity. WrestleMania has historically been a platform where career-defining moments occur, and a win here could cement Aldis as a serious contender. Testing fan reactions. WWE is known for gauging crowd engagement and reactions. Aldis's positioning in this storyline allows management to assess how fans respond to his persona both as a tactical villain and a legitimate in-ring threat. Positive reactions could shape his trajectory heading into WWE's biggest annual show. The match SmackDown Showdown, the bell rang, and the intensity immediately spiked. Aldis, known for his methodical style, used his wrestling IQ to dictate the pace, while McIntyre relied on his sheer power and explosive offense. The contrast in styles made for a compelling dynamic. Aldis methodical, McIntyre aggressive. Every counter, every feint, drew gasps from the audience. Midway through the match, Aldis pulled off a sequence that stunned the arena, a perfectly timed counter to McIntyre's signature Claymore kick. Showcasing both his preparation and instinct, the crowd erupted at the display of technical prowess and strategic brilliance. Commentary teams couldn't stop raving about the implications. Aldis could outthink McIntyre here. What could he do on the grand stage of WrestleMania? As the match approached its climax, interference threats loomed. Members of the Bloodline appeared on the stage, watching intently. Could they step in? Would alliances shift in the middle of the battle? The tension was palpable, and Aldis seemed unfazed, using the crowd's energy to fuel his performance. Post-match fallout. The match concluded in dramatic fashion. Aldis pulled off a narrow victory, not through brute strength, but through sheer cunning and opportunism. McIntyre, exhausted and frustrated, acknowledged Aldis's skill, a gesture that immediately sparked fan speculation about future rematches or partnerships. Backstage, the atmosphere was electric. WWE insiders report that Aldis was visibly calm but pleased, recognizing the significance of the win. He had done more than just win a match. He had sent a clear message. He is a major player, and WrestleMania 42 is very much within his grasp. Social media exploded in response, with wrestling pundits praising Aldis's ring, psychology, storytelling, and timing. Fans began debating who would Aldis face at WrestleMania. Could he finally challenge for a major title? Or would WWE use him to shake up the main event scene in other ways? The speculation alone kept the momentum alive for weeks. The strategic angle. What makes this storyline so compelling is Aldis's layered strategy. He didn't just aim for a win, he crafted a narrative, psychological edge. Aldis's promos and in-ring behavior have consistently focused on sowing doubt and tension. By